You still ain't on?
No, we on. I just ain't. We're going to see when I get to I post some picture. The live.
Until you post a picture.
No, posted on Patreon. The live ones. Yeah. Just loading up now. No. Okay, now. Not scheduled. Publish now. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna start doing that. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to do that next time.
What?
It say set up a live stream account. I guess if you could directly just go.
I knew. I knew it was something.
They didn't have that before. All they had was they just updated it, so everything is changed now.
Greetings, everyone. It's our intuitive time, and we are excited about hearing what Source has to say today. So I'm clearing the energy in the sacred space. I'm coming to you guys from my office. So I'd like to welcome everyone into the room. And because I have like 30 minutes with you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So those of you that are getting notifications or that are slow to come in today, I want to thank you first off for your contributions and your patience, and also for tuning in and helping us grow, okay, as we are on this journey together. And I'd like to always have something great to tell you guys throughout the week to keep you encouraged. Now, the new moon is coming up, and I know you'll probably get this message a little later on. I ask for you guys to send over your petitions, okay, so that I can do your rituals. You know, doing rituals are rituals, if that makes sense. So every time the moon has her different phases, although we do rituals every day, I'm certain to hone in on that energy because it's most powerful, and want to make sure that we are getting all that we possibly can from Mother as we are in a time of awakening, and she's giving everything in abundance. We don't want to miss anything. We want to be very attentive to what Source has to say to us. This will help us, guys, reach our goals. This will help us ascend. This will help us become more intuitive. This will help us become better and greater community leaders, parents for our children. Just this could just go on and on. The list could go on and on. As we begin to commune with Source, we begin to understand compassion, and we just don't quickly judge one another, but that we try to see a person's situation outside of what we would automatically think. So we change our perception about things, okay? So I just want to say to those of you that are always in tune with me, thank you with much gratitude. I appreciate you. So the sage has gone out. I have cleansed, And I'm reading again today from the Wild Unknown Tarot. So Source has a message. I'd like to give thanks to the extension of Source that runs through you and I on a daily basis. My son's in the back. He's going to be quiet while I do my readings. He's very attentive to his movie on Netflix, but he's eavesdropping, so that's okay. He's getting something too. So we want to thank Source that flows through all of us so freely, our ancestors from the north, south, east, west, known and unknown. We'd also like to thank the Ascended Masters, master teachers that have gone on before us that left a wealth of information for us to thrive off of daily, for those of us that are in continued learning. So we should not be stagnant in this realm. We should be ever evolving so that we are ready to transition back to where we came from, because we are spiritual beings having human experiences. Giving thanks to the archangels, those that we know have knowledge of and those that we do not. We thank you with the most gratitude in our hearts. We thank our spirit guides that take us off in the unconscious state of sleep to journey us in a parallel universe in which we live from 4 to 10 hours a day. Some of us thankful for that spirit guide protecting us, our spirit and power animals when we're transitioning from the underworld, middle and upper world. Our power and spirit animals are protecting us. And also want to thank cosmic elders who are warring day in and day out in a cosmic dimension, okay, for assisting us. Wars that we do not have knowledge of is going on, and we want to thank the cosmic elders today. Also want to thank the elements of life. Last but not least, okay, earth, air, fire, and water. The fifth being spirit. 5-pointed Star of David. Thanking the 5 elements, okay, for causing us to be, all right. I am the gods that we are. And thanking the elements that we are, when we are in accord with the elements of life, guess what happens? Miracles. We're magicians. We're alchemists. We're magical people in our power. When we're using our power and not outsourcing it, we're magical people. Okay. So want to get started with the reading. I have a few appointments today. I just felt led to squeeze you guys in so I could show you just a little bit of love. Want to hear what Source has to say after I've ran my big mouth. This is called Patreon. Okay. Wow. Very beautiful. Excuse us, guys. Just 1 second here. Okay, looking at the cards here and understanding, just hold 1 second, guys. Okay. We have the king, the Father of Pentacles, which is also known as the King of Pentacles. And when we talk about the King of Pentacles, we're talking about a person that's trustworthy, that's in leadership, and also that's pretty steady about things, constant, okay? And the Pentacles represents money and security. All right. And when we're talking about the Fool basically talks about new beginnings, major decisions, taking a chance. We've gotten this card on numerous occasions as well. Okay. And lastly, the 5 of Cups. This card talks more about sorrow, regret. Some of you are regretting some things, a lot of sorrow. You've lost and you're seeking alternatives. Some of you are at a point where what you're doing is no longer working. You're dreading where you are. You're feeling like, should not have done this. Or some of you may have been dealing with bereavement. This is also a card of grief and bereavement. Okay. So we'll be channeling energy from those three things. But the first one, a trustworthy person. So let's go and see what I'm reading from the Wild Unknown Tarot, Kim Kranz. And the Father of Pentacles. You could just go ahead and let them have it over there. Guys, we're running a business, so sometimes we may be just a little bit back and forth, but nonetheless, you have our divine attention. Okay, so it says a person, remember we talked about steady, trustworthy. This is the Five of Pentacles. There's somebody in your life and you could be this person. Okay, this could be in you, but you're needing to channel this a little bit more. Okay, and you probably feel like you've given yourself to other people. And now Source is saying you need to really hone in on yourself. Okay, begin to put all that you've been to other people to you. It starts with you first, but it says the Father of Pentacles is a steady, gentle man. Upon first meeting, he can almost seem dull because he's extremely of a calm temperament. Okay, this person's very calm. When you meet him, this person would probably bore you. But inside of this person, so much. This person is very trustworthy. But beneath is an incredibly passionate man whose priorities of stability of his job, family, and home. Who prioritizes, the stability of his job, family, and home. This person will not put anything beyond his family and home. Now, if this is you, get what Source is saying. And it appears as a past card. But for some of you, it could be right now a present. For some, it may have been where you were that person, situations, you were sidetracked. Now you feel like you've lost balance. Source is saying, pull yourself back in and hone in on this energy. He is an entrepreneurial and diligent at work. A true pleasure to know. This is what I'm saying. See, what I feel Source is saying is this is you, but some kind of way you feel like you can't really land this opportunity of being an entrepreneur. You feel like you've worked hard to take care of your family. It's time now for you to really, really pull things in and do this for yourself. You put in all this work. It's time for you to believe in yourself and just go ahead and do it. You know you're an entrepreneur. You know what you're doing for these other people, you should actually be doing for yourself. What Source says, you have all the qualities to become a great leader. You're trustworthy. You're stable. You bring balance. So Source is telling you, I am signing off, telling you now is the time to do what you need to do. I'm giving you the okay. I'm giving you the okay to be great. If you'll see, there's a 5-pointed star, which represents the elements of life, the 5-pointed star of David, above the head of this deer, right? Is this a deer?
Oh, you know what?
I don't know what the heck.
A deer. What's the other thing that looks like a deer?
It is a deer. He has it's a deer.
Okay.
Above the deer's antlers. And you see the rays are focusing in. Everything that this person needs is working for and with them. Okay? Go ahead, Courtney.
Okay, so my past card is the World. So someone is probably at finishing up, because it's a past card, finishing up the end of one cycle. So you may feel like you may feel complete and whole. It's a feeling that you may feel. This card is talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this card is about completion and recognition, rewards, dreams,
Your dreams coming true, maybe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, the sequence of the major arcana can be seen as following the journey of the fool, the heedless, unformed child who sets out on life's adventure, who meets people and situations along his way, and finally reaches a point of wholeness. Along the way, he comes to understand himself and his place in the wider world. So I feel like some of you, or this person is directing the card to, feels that, okay, I know who I am now. I'm comfortable with it, and now I can move into the next cycle. Like you're ready to start a new beginning. It says, when this card appears, it signifies a time in your life when you have reached the desired destination and can pause to appreciate it. Perhaps it is time to give something back to those who have helped and also to those who follow on behind. You may have a new sense of community, of belonging, and this may be expressed through kindness to others or some sort of charity work. This card can also appear when a long journey overseas, perhaps even a world tour, is about to commence. So travel is in for some of you, and just it's time to start the new cycle. No more sitting down, no more procrastination. Go ahead and start this new phase so that you can do whatever it is you need to do now. You don't want to sit on your butt anyway. You need to elevate. You got to ascend, so you got to keep going. You don't ever want to stop. That's what I feel from this card today.
And so, which you want to get that call. And so she just spoke about new beginnings and taking chances. And this is everything that the Fool card talks about. The Fool card talks definitely about big decisions, major decisions. Some of you are having to make major decisions, life decisions. These decisions will also affect other people around you. But when you see the Fool's card, you'll notice that there's a birdie on this deck. Okay, this Fool card, the birdie has 1 foot here and one hanging off. So this person is playing it safe. Where this bird is kind of playing it safe. You know, maybe it's fear that's holding you back of the unknown rather than just plopping off and taking a chance to fly. But it's definitely a favorable card for whatever it is that you guys are trying to do. Source is saying, do it, do it, do it. It's new beginnings for you. But do consider, you know, in the other deck I had, it was a jester that was standing with a pole and a bag, and it was on a journey. And there was a doggy at the bottom biting at his heels, and he was almost about to walk off the cliff. So it showed his bravery, but the dog was there to just nag at his heel, saying, pay attention to where you're going. You're about to fall off the cliff. So Source is saying major decisions. And these decisions are favored by Source, again, which really dealt with the Father of Pentacles. Source is saying, you have it in you. You may be a little fearful. You got to make major decisions. Source is not going to come and make them for you. You got to make these decisions, whether it's about your love life, a position, whatever it is. Source is telling you you're favored in this time. Remember, we talked about the 5-star of David that was over the deer's antlers, and the elements of life were working in his favor. This card backs that up. No, we said Saturday.
Okay. I'm having to pick it up. I mean, take it up.
Okay.
For
prosperity. Okay. And so I'll go ahead with this grief card. This is the 5 of Cups. And when we talk about cups, we're talking about emotions and relationships. Okay. And I know that someone is dealing with decisions about starting businesses, and you've proven yourself. Source is saying, she just read the World card. Source is saying, you've completed this phase. I want to reward you diligently for your diligence. You've worked hard. You've done your part. Now it's time. Those things that you've done for companies and relationships and family, I want to reward you for being that person that you are. You got to trust. You got to be willing to step off or fly. Okay? Step off the cliff is what I'm saying. So this is a card of grief, and I don't really ever like to see this card. And it talks about disappointment. Some of you have been disappointed. Maybe you've gotten some news. Maybe a loved one has passed away, and you're dealing with this guilt. This despair and this grief, and your head's hung down. And of course, as the old saying would say, when it rains, it pours. And seemingly, this is what this horse is feeling. Okay, but it talks about the Five of Cups indicates a time of sorrow. A relationship may have fallen apart, or an old friend may have slipped away, meaning passing. There will be disappointment and even regret. When this card appears, I'm sorry, guys, I have a bad habit of doing that. When this card appears, it's important not to make any hasty decisions. Sometimes you can do things out of just emotions. Grief, I've been here long enough. It's just time for me to move on. Things don't feel the same anymore. Don't make any harsh decisions. It may also be helpful to look at the type of expectations you're placing on other people. Now, when you place heavy expectations of others, don't you know, because it's like a reflected mirror, those same expectations come back on you. Okay, so be mindful of that. Perhaps they can never do enough to please you. So some of you guys have in relationships, you're so demanding of this person. You're truly demanding, almost to a point where it's that the person can't be with you anymore. They're saying to themselves, I cannot go on in this relationship because this person has so many high demands and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to please them. But at the same token, you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. You feel like your life is your life. And this is where Source is saying you're causing grief and disappointment for yourself, not this person. So guys, it's time for us to look at ourselves in the mirror. Be careful what we're placing upon the yoke that we're placing upon others. Make sure that if this was and it is, if the mirror must be reflected back on you, could you stand under the same criticism and expectations? Ashay. I've done all mine.
Okay. My next card is the King of Cups. And it talks about emotional security, someone that's like a mentor or support. Now, some of you maybe have leaning on this type of person, whether it's Mama Yafa or anyone that you go to when you need assistance with your situations. But now it's the ancestors calling on you to step in and do this for yourself as well. And when I say that, I'm saying simply with making your decisions, you need to become a little bit more grounded. And how you do that is through meditation mostly. But it says a loving man who gives the positive regard and unstinting support that enables you to flourish emotionally or creatively. And this person is like a spiritual teacher. They could be a counselor. They could be, any form. They can come in any form of assistance. They're there to help you. It says this card also indicates that you need to find these qualities within to fulfill your destiny with confidence. Because, right, I know it may be strange, or you feel uncomfortable, but that's what you need to do through meditation to help gain a sense of confidence when doing things like this. Especially now, most of y'all have gifts and y'all just hold it in, or you feel kind of you feel scared and shy. But that's what our classes are for.
Yeah, they need mentors.
So you need someone to help guide you. But also that's what's going to help put you in the right direction for yourself. So somebody may take a class or something, get some support. That's what.
Yeah. In other words, as she's saying, it's time to take the initiative.
Right.
Okay. Not people doing it for you, but you need a mentor. You still need a mentor, but you need to take the initiative, meaning application, guys. Okay. So you need to start applying is what it's basically
that's it.
saying.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Good. My last card is the Lover's card. Lovers is romance and life choices, but a lot of times, even though it's a romantic card, it could be referring to business and things of that matter. It says the idea of partnership is central to our society. Most of us want to find our other half. When this card appears, it may well be a sign that you have found this soulmate. So, whoever you are, you may have found your soulmate. Congratulations to you. And it also could mean that any committed relationships necessitate the giving up of a
Let me
possibility.
see the number.
So when you choose one option, you have to either give up something or leave something behind. So simply as you joining into spirituality, you have to give up all these religious beliefs and things that you've been
This is your
believing on with the
analysis.
system. So you have to release that and let it go, put it behind you, so you can start anew, open your mind up and expand.
You could actually come at 3.
It
I think
says-
it was. What time is her appointment? The 2, 3. Okay, yeah, it's at 3.
Says the Lover's card indicates that the choice before you is an important one. So somebody has to make a choice, and these two people represent the choice that's being made. This person is delegating the choice, just assisting
Okay,
them.
so
But whoever you are,
yeah, so you'll
You
be
gotta-
here at
you gotta make
3:30
your
because we
choice.
close at
and a lot
about
of times,
4:30.
in
Yeah,
in
you'll have
dreams,
time
if
to
you've
get
been
it done.
dreaming, if you dream like you're
All right, darling.
getting into a relationship with somebody,
You're welcome, huh? Bye-bye.
New or old or whatever it is, it's a lot of times the ancestors just trying to let you know it's time for you to make your decision.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 2 options. We always have that choice, but you're gonna have to
And
you're gonna
choose
have to
with
give
care.
up. Yeah,
Choose with care.
Yes. So meditate before you
Yeah.
make your decision. Don't make a hasty one.
Well, that grief card I just got, the 5 of Cups, talked
Mhm.
about that. Decisions, be careful because your choices affect other people.
Yes. So you don't ever want to do nothing hasty or out
Yeah.
of the way. Don't make a foolish decision.
Yeah, your choices.
Yeah, it says it can indicate success in a situation where 2 people or 2 groups come together. So this could be a unite with a partnership on business, any type of endeavors or opportunities for you as well. If it's not romantically, if you're not feeling it romantically, it could be on that aspect of business and partnership in that way.
Yes.
Or reuniting with family, it could be that as well. So whoever you are, you got a pathway you can go. You either go this way or you go that way, but it's your choice. But please make sure that you make a conscious, safe decision. You don't want to do nothing hasty.
Yes. And so I hope this time with you guys was spent very well. I hope that Source spoke, and I know Source
Yeah.
spoke to some of you guys. Again, we will be starting our new moon ritual. It's about how many days away?
It's 1 day away, but y'all know the
Is
day,
it 1 day away?
It's 1 day away. Yeah.
Oh, guys, you got to get busy.
You
We'll actually be doing it on Monday night,
so
just to
y'all
give
got
some
time.
people some time. Okay. All right. Love you so much. And thank you so much for patronizing us. And as always, the next time when we're all able to get in the room together, hopefully it'll be on the new moon. We can give out prizes, monetary prizes, and some other things to you guys, just to let you know that we truly and from the depths of our soul love and appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.